Hi, everyone. We're going live. Okay, I was just scrambling. We are live. Okay, I was just literally scrambling through the kitchen. You all know how I'm so excited that, first of all, welcome to the Kelly Kitchen for food, health, and fun. We are making cheeseburger casserole, my garlic thyme soup because I was down for the count. For 8 days, I was super sick, but I'm back. I'm getting back in action. So we're doing the soup, the cheeseburger casserole, and we're also doing my very, very, very favorite strawberry cheesecake cups. They are no bake, and I literally was just scrambling to try and find the cover for my coffee grinder, which grinds my Lakanto sweetener, and somebody didn't put it back. So I can't find it. So we're going to have to improvise on a couple different things. I already got started on the cheeseburger casserole because it's actually a pretty quick dish that comes together. But you got to bake it for like 40 minutes. So I've already in my pan here. Let's see. Can everybody see what I got going here? Let's turn this way. Bring this down a little bit. So I already got going here. I have a pound of ground beef, and I've seasoned it really well. So I've got garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. I ran out of parsley. Sorry. So, but that's okay. It's fully browned and ready to go. And parsley it's a lovely thing, but we don't have it tonight. So, so the ground beef, you ground that super quick and easy. In my bowl here, I have a cup of heavy cream and 4 eggs, and we're just gonna whisk that together. I have a smaller casserole dish. This is not a 9x13 or a 9x11. You can use one. Your casserole will be thinner, and you'll have to cook it less. But this is about an 8x11, I think. And I like this size just because it gets it a little bit thicker. Hi, Atsuko. Hi, Julie. So I have my eggs and my cream, and I'm whisking that here. Think about all the things that you love on your cheeseburgers. So you've got pickles and onions, and then we're going to put some cheese. We're going to add half of the cheese. So this is a half of a cup of cheese right into the cream and the egg mixture. I don't add any seasoning to this because we've already got our salt in our meat, and we're going to be adding pickles, which are pretty salty anyway. So I don't want you to have to feel like you have to season anything because you really don't. I mean, if you really want to, you can, but then you're going to be over seasoned. So we are just going to take our casserole dish. We're just going to dump our hamburger right into the bottom. We're going to spread that all out. This makes 8 servings, and it is great as leftovers. It's great for, just regular dinner. You can add or not add everything that I'm doing right now. The pickles and the onions are totally optional. And of course, they add carbs, but I like those kinds of carbs. So this is the 4 eggs, the cream, and half the cheese. And we're going to pour that right over our ground beef. After we add the eggs and all this mixture right over the ground beef, we'll kind of spread that out a little bit. And then I have about a half a cup of red onion. You can use white onion, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to use onion at all, but I love onions with my cheeseburger. You can add them after if you want them raw also. And then I also have a half a cup of dill pickles. This is probably like 3 or 4 pickle spears, and I just am sprinkling those on top. And then I'm going to put my last half a cup of cheese right on top. I wanted to show you the pickles that I use because typically Claussen pickles or any sort of pickles you get at the superstore or at the supermarket, they're going to have some form of like sugar in the brine. So you can get these like in the deli section or in the sort of like the specialty cheese section. This is a brand that I love. It's called Grillo's Pickles and it's kind of cute. But, you know, the ingredients are salt, garlic, dill, and cucumbers. And then the brine is just salt and water. And so, anyways, okay, so I have my second half of my, let's see, is everybody working? Yes, yes, all my videos working. My second half of my cheddar cheese right on top. And I've got my oven cranked to 350. That is it, you guys. That is your cheeseburger casserole. So we're going to pop that into the oven for 40 minutes. And then we'll get started on our next thing, which I already have going. So let me just set this timer here. I was down for the count, you guys, last week. I'm still getting over it. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but it was rough. It was a rough week. I took 3 days off work. Okay. In the meantime, you guys, check it out. Because I was sick, I have this great soup that I love, and it's mainly garlic. And garlic's really good for when you're sick. And you don't have to add the cream if you're phlegmy or whatever. But it is a nice touch if you're not. But I'm not going to add it because I don't need it. But I love to get pre-peeled garlic. And they come in these cute little packets like this. And there's usually 6 packets in your package. So that's about 60 cloves of garlic. So you're going to take 3 of the packets, and you're going to put those in the oven with a little bit of, just drizzle a teensy bit of olive oil on it. And if you can see, we have roasted garlic. Hi, Kelly. I am feeling a little bit better. I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm trying to snap out of it. And you guys, I have some super, super exciting news. Okay, stop the presses. Guess who's going to be on the Hallmark Channel? So next week, I am going to be on the Hallmark Channel, their Home and Family show. I will certainly tell you all about it later, but I'm going to be making one of my desserts. And so I've got to get better because I'm going to be on TV. Woo! Okay, so I've got my roasted garlic here. I am going to get my garlic and thyme soup started. I have a little bit of olive oil already in the pan. I am going to chop up an onion, and we are going to do a garlic, onion, cauliflower, thyme soup. And this is the way that the garlic comes together after you have roasted it. It's super like nutty and sweet, but you're also going to add raw garlic into this mixture as well. So I've got a half of an onion. You probably should use a white or a yellow onion, but we're improvising here. I only had a red onion, so that's what we're having tonight. And it doesn't, I'm not that picky when it comes to my onions. I love them all. So we're going to do just a little bit of, we're going to get that going on there. We are also going to add 3 packages of the raw garlic to our onions. And we're going to get those cooking, getting those nice and softened up. And so it's very exciting. So for the Hallmark Channel, you guys, it's going to be on Wednesday between, I think the Home and Family show is on between 10 and 12. And I'm going to be making my chocolate almond tart, sort of a Valentine's Day theme. It's very, very, very exciting. And so tune in, and I'll tell you guys all about it when it gets closer. We're going to just get those onions and garlic going and get those to be nice and soft. We will add the roasted garlic in a little bit. We're also going to add a head of cauliflower. This adds a nice bulk to it because, you know, we don't have anything to add for, you know, like we don't use potatoes, and we're not using cream because I'm still a little sick. So I just want to kind of be mindful of that. And we will chop up this cauliflower and we'll get that in there going. And then we just use my favorite tool, my immersion blender, and we will add that into, we'll blend everything together, and it creates a really nice, velvety, delicious soup, but filled with garlic. So, you know, hopefully it'll continue helping getting me better. This is nice, and we don't want our onions to caramelize. We just want them to start softening a little bit. And we're going to add some spices to this. We'll add some thyme and some ginger. These are all great things for when you're feeling sick and phlegmy and all that sort of stuff. Hi, Jesse. Okay, let's get this stuff out of the way. We'll get this out of the way. We already did our pickles. I'm also going to show you guys how I make my strawberry cheesecake cups. They are, I'm a little shy about saying this, but they are my #1 recipe. My #1 recipe on my entire website. And I came up with those just in an afternoon, and it was sort of on a fluke, but they're very popular, mostly because you don't have to bake anything and anybody can make them. It's just whipping together a few ingredients. So we're going to make those too, and those will be going to Peter's office tomorrow because I'm going to try and, again, stay away from a lot of the cream and a lot of the cheese and stuff, just so I can continue getting better. Okay, so we're going to put our cauliflower in now. We'll get this going. Oh my God, I'm going to make a mess. Be careful. Well, at least I mean, we're through the holidays, and we're through, you know, for us in Southern California, we're on our way to spring, and hopefully it's going to start warming up soon. And I can get past this. I do have to say that I went almost 3 whole years without being sick, and I really attribute that to eating low carb, low sugar foods, because I was trying to build up my gut flora, and it really helped. I went to a huge party last Saturday night, and I just think I had been burning the candle at both ends, and so, anyways, getting better. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of ginger. We're going to add, you can get real ginger or you can use dry ginger, but I'm going to add about a tablespoon of ginger. And I'm going to add about a ½ teaspoon of black pepper. There we go. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt. Where's my guy? There's my teaspoon. We'll add a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to add my thyme, which we're going to do 1½ teaspoons of thyme. You can use fresh thyme too, but I hardly ever. I need to get an herb garden is what I need. Somebody get on that for me. Maybe when it starts warming up, I'll get on that. Okay, so I've got all of my stuff coming together really nicely. I'm going to add 3 cups of chicken stock right on top. The recipe on the website calls for 3 cups plus a little bit more because you basically want to cover your cauliflower. And I think I need about, I would say about a half a cup to a cup more. I just want to cover that so that we can cover all the vegetables, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. And perfect. We're going to bring it to a boil. Can you guys see that? Yes. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then and we're going to cover it. We're going to let it simmer for like 15 or 20 minutes just to get the cauliflower nice and soft. So that's on high. We're not ready to put our roasted garlic in just yet, but soon. Okay, let's get busy on our strawberry cheesecake cups. You do not have to be fancy doing this. I like to use just plastic Dixie cups. I do have some leftover yogurt jars that are really pretty in the pictures, and if you wanted to, like have a party or something like that, you could certainly use fancy jars for this, but just cute little Dixie cups are perfectly fine for this recipe, I promise. We're also going to improvise. I'm going to use a new product that is, because I don't have my coffee grinder lid, somebody lost it. And so I'm going to use, it's not a new product to me, but I don't use this on camera very often. So hold on with me for 1 second. Let me grab this new product. This product, I just want to show you, because this is not something that you're going to ever see in a supermarket. You can get this online. You can absolutely get this online. And this is by the brand that makes my other sweetener. It's called Lecanto, but they powder it for you. So it's 2 times sweeter than regular sugar. So it already has the sweetness. So you don't have to add any stevia or anything like that. So we're going to use this instead of the granulated, because I can't grind it because someone didn't put back the lid where it was supposed to go. And quite frankly, it could have been me that didn't put it back, but I can't find it. And so I don't have a coffee grinder for tonight to grind my stuff. So let's get busy with this stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is, where is my, oh, here we go. See, I'm so prepared. We are going to, first, I have a cube of cream cheese, and I brought it to room temperature, so it's already nice and soft. Yes, the powdered sweetener, sorry, I should have made this clear. This is a monk fruit and erythritol blend, just like the granulated sweetener that I use in most of my recipes, but this is already powdered for you. And it is what I use in my buttercream frosting, and it is, they say it's 2 times sweeter than sugar, but it is, I think it just tastes just like powdered sugar. So you can get this online, and you can either go to lecanto.com or you can go to Amazon and find this. But it's not, I've never seen it in a supermarket ever. So anyways, they sent this to me, and I'm liking the fact that I don't have to grind my own stuff, but I want to be able to give you guys options for things that you can actually find in your supermarket. So anyways, I have a cube of room temperature cream cheese, and we're going to get that open. I'm going to blend together. Hold on a second. I'm not going to put this in yet. The first step in this is I'm going to take 2 cups of heavy cream, And I'm gonna whip this together. So there's one. And there's two. Okay. So we're gonna whip this together. And it'll take just like, I don't know, maybe a minute or two. And when you're making homemade whipped cream, this is how you do it. And you might add just a little bit of stevia. And you just continue to whip until you get stiff peaks. For this, we're gonna whip this together until it starts to get thicker. And then we're gonna add the cream cheese and the sweetener into this, along with some vanilla and some lemon juice. In the meantime, you can use any berries you want. So this recipe, I like to use strawberries, but I've seen people use blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and for this particular night, I am actually using frozen strawberries, which I have just microwaved to get them to soften a little bit. And then I'll add some sweetener and some lemon juice just to those. And it's a super easy layering of the berries. My cream is starting to thicken up. I don't know if you can see it at all, but let me just get that busy. Let's see how my soup is doing. Oh, it's coming together. Very nice. I'll put the roasted garlic in there as soon as the cauliflower starts to really soften, and then we'll take the immersion blender and we'll blend it all together. It's a really delightful soup. I just love it, and it freezes wonderfully. I had some in the freezer when I was sick, so that's what reminded me of it. It's like, I gotta make this, show everybody what they can do. Okay, our cream is starting to thicken, and it's coming together. As soon as I feel like it is not too liquidy, I'm going to add the cream cheese and the sweetener and the lemon juice. It's getting there. I'm going to have to look at here we go. See, I'm going to work on my cookbook too, because I keep having to print all this stuff out because I can't really remember all of it. Okay. That is looking good. Woo! Sorry, honey, I have cream all over the kitchen. Sorry. Okay, we are going to do, let me just slice this in half. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice in here. We're going to do 1/2 cup of that, of the sweetener. Okay, so we've got 1/2 cup of the sweetener. Put that in there. We're going to do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I do this so I can catch the seeds. Do you see what I'm doing? So I've got 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and then I've got my block of cream cheese, and I'm already a mess. That's okay. And then we're just going to mix all of this together. Now, when I'm done with this, it is not going to be the consistency of cheesecake yet. What we're going to do is we are going to layer it in our cups. Then we are going to put it into the refrigerator to chill. After you chill it for an hour, it becomes the consistency of cheesecake. Well, it's a no-bake cheesecake, so we're kind of fudging a little bit. But this is coming together beautifully. And I've got to taste this. But because I'm still a little bit sick, I'm not going to stick my fingers in there. Normally I would, but let's just take a taste. So good. Okay. Let me just see if I got everything. Yes, I did. Okay. So that's taken care of. I like to use these cute little cups. These are just plastic cups because these are all going to Peter's office tomorrow, and nobody ever returns anything to me. So, well, they do, but I don't want to have to go find everything. So I just bring these so that they can, these are all recyclable. The next step, where are my strawberries? Okay, this is 1.5 cups of strawberries that I just put into the microwave, and I am going to just mash those up, chop those up. If you want to use fresh strawberries, totally fine. I might even use these kinds of frozen berries, and then buy just a few extra strawberries that are fresh, just for the top of the garnish. You can even add a little bit of maybe some mint or some basil to the top, you know, just to kind of fancify it up. We're going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice to this, and then we'll add a tablespoon of the sweetener to this as well. And as soon as we're done doing this, then it'll be time to blend up our soup. And our cheeseburger casserole is almost done, you guys. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. I dropped a seed in there. Ooh, there's another seed. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. We're going to do a tablespoon of the sweetener. Again, you want to use powdered sweetener because these sweeteners, the sugar alcohols tend to recrystallize after they cool and chill. So that's why you want to have powdered. When you're making breads and cakes and things like that that call for a sweetener, or maybe like brownies, you don't always have to powder the sweetener, but in something that's creamy like this, you really want to, it doesn't make it taste different. It just gives it like a gritty texture. I actually like the gritty texture. It's a little gritty in my teeth, but it's still sweet. And so it doesn't, but some people don't like that. They think it might have the consistency of sand. So I'm going to get a little tray so I can easily transport this into the fridge. And the whole recipe, I think, calls for 8, but we're going to make these into 6 so that everybody will just, so that Peter can easily transport this to his office. So here we have our strawberries. I've mashed them all up. They're, we're just going to put a little, just like a tablespoon into the bottom of each one of these. And then we'll put the cheesecake in the middle, and then we will top them all off with the remainder of the strawberry mixture. So you can see, I just put a little bit into the bottom of each one. See? Not so bad. I'm going to just check. Oh, yes. That is looking nice. Woo! Lots of garlic there. I love that. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that down and let that simmer a little bit. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to just get these out of the way. Okay. Now, we're going to put in a little scoop actually a large scoop. You can do actually a couple layers if you want to add more fruit, you can. And like I said, sometimes I do these in my yogurt jars, my leftover yogurt jars. We don't eat those yogurts anymore because they're actually filled with sugar. But I loved the jars, so I kept them over the years. And now I have a set of 12. Isn't that fancy? So this dessert comes together so beautifully. And so nicely. All right. If you can see, I am just going to very gently press these down just to make them look pretty. And then I will put the strawberry right on top. And then we'll get these into the refrigerator to chillax for a little bit. Okay. A little bit of strawberry on each one. Again, you can add more strawberries if you want. I probably was a little shy with my amount of strawberries. I might add a little bit more after I get off camera because it looks like I'm a little short. But that's okay. I'll add more after I get off camera. But I just wanted to show you what these look like. Super easy. And these will chill super nicely. And we're going to put these right into the fridge and get those chilled up. Woo! My fridge is full. Okay, I wanted to show you something before I get started on my pureeing my soup. When I'm sick, one of the things that I do that makes me feel better is I bake. So I made this beautiful layered chocolate raspberry cake, and I am going to do my darndest to get this recipe up before Valentine's Day because it was an award-winning triple layer chocolate cake with raspberries on top. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. And actually, we loved it so much that we had it for breakfast one day. It was really good. So that'll go back into the fridge in a little bit. Okay, let's get our soup pureed, and then we will be almost done. Right? So much to do. Let's get all of my stuff out of the way here. It's I know that this looks a lot messier than it really is. Do not be afraid. This cleans up like in 10 minutes. I promise. Not even a big deal. And my love, Peter, helps me clean everything up. He's the best. He's absolutely the best. Okay. Wait, I gotta just check on the casserole. Oh, looking so good. Okay, we're turning that off. We are going to put our roasted garlic right inside. Oh, you guys ever had this? It's like a nutty, just delicious flavor. Okay, so then, can you see? Yes, I think you guys can see. So we are going to just puree the soup together. And it has a really beautiful nuttiness to it. And I'm going to be able to sip on this to continue getting better. And I just love this immersion blender. It's like the best tool in my entire, one of the best tools in my entire kitchen. You can use a blender if you want, but Be careful with blending hot liquids because they will explode, I promise. And it's not fun. I just want to make sure that I get all the big chunks out of here. And this soup is actually, it's got a little bit of a golden tint to it, probably because I use red onions instead of white onions. But I'm telling you, it's delicious either way, and I love it. It's got a nice garlic flavor to it. Oh. Again, if you're not sick, add a little splash of cream at this point. I, on the other hand, am not going to be adding any cream to that, but I do want to taste, and our cheeseburger casserole is almost done. Okay, so let's just take a taste of this. Let's see if I can show you. Look at how beautiful that is. It has a nice golden hue, and it's got like the roasted garlic and thyme. It's a very elegant soup for being able to just throw together some really simple ingredients. It's so wonderful. So in my pre-carb life, I used to love roasted garlic on like a crusty, rustic Italian bread. I don't even need that bread anymore because this has all the flavors of that roasted garlic. And everyone else in my house is having cheeseburger casserole for dinner. This is what I'm having for dinner. And I'm going to have for lunch and dinner tomorrow too. Okay. That's our soup. It is done, and I love that. We'll put the lid on there. We'll put this off to the side. That is done. Do you see how fast that came together? Super fast. And those packages of pre-peeled garlic are like $4 for 60 cloves of garlic. I would pull my hair out if I had to peel all that garlic on my own. Okay, let's just check our cheeseburger casserole. I'm going to show this to you because it's almost done. And this is going to be super bubbly and set. That is going to be served with a low-carb Thousand Island dressing. So really quickly, I'm going to just tell you, I'm not going to actually make it. I'm going to just tell you how I make my low carb dressing, and then I'm going to sign off because it's time for me to go eat dinner and go rest. So typically Thousand Island dressing is, for me, 3 ingredients: ketchup, mayonnaise, and relish. Obviously, regular mayonnaise. You can make your own. Primal Kitchen is a great brand. If this is all you have, then this is what you use. Primal Kitchen or G. Hughes is a great low sugar or sugar-free ketchup. It still has carbs because tomatoes have carbs, but it's pretty low carb, and I think it kind of adds like a nice touch to be able to have ketchup with your cheeseburger, right? You can serve your cheeseburger casserole with chaffles. You guys know how I love my chaffles, which are, super low carb, and you can use it as a bun if you wanted, but it doesn't need that. The recipe on the website, you'll see I serve it with lettuce and tomato on the side and sliced avocado, and it's just like a meal in of itself. But to this Thousand Island dressing, I will add sugar-free relish. Now, I don't have any sugar-free relish tonight. I only have a real relish. So I am going to use just a teaspoon of real relish and not worry too much about the amount of carbs that are in 1 teaspoon of real relish. But you can get sugar-free relish. You have to look hard for it, and you might have to get it online. But that's how I make my Thousand Island dressing, is just ketchup, low sugar ketchup, mayonnaise, and sugar-free relish. You guys, we're done. It was a quick night tonight. I'm still a little bit under the weather. Remember next week, and I'll remind you on Monday night of next week, but Wednesday, I'll be on the Hallmark channel, Home and Family. I'm going to be doing a cooking segment on there, and I'll, certainly give you all the details later, but I would love for you to watch, and thanks so much for coming. If you want to like and subscribe and share this with everybody. The other thing that kind of was funny that happened was that I was in Facebook timeout last week. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there were 0 posts, and you probably thought maybe that because I was sick that I didn't post. Actually, Facebook put me in jail, and I wasn't allowed to post anything. So if you guys ever see something of mine and you want to please share it with anybody that might find it helpful or get something out of it, I would love, that would really be helpful to me and help support me in my efforts to try and build the Kelly Kitchen. If there's any questions you have, or if there's anything that you want to make, let me know. I love getting emails. I love getting questions. I get them all the time. And I think people are a little shocked that I answer so quickly, but I love being able to answer any questions that you might have. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys. All right, we're going bye-bye.